Alright, what's going on, you guys? This is Ultron 2, and welcome back to the Ultron 2 show, coming out with you live by the power of the internet. So, guys, check this out. You're probably not gonna like this video here that we got to talk about, man. Um, Based off the topic, and I know this is one thing that I definitely want to say. We don't talk about politics on this channel, but because of this bastard that's in office, we got to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? So, before I get into the video, I want to thank all the recent subscribers and viewers that came onto the channel. If you guys want more sit down real talk videos, no fluff, no bullshit, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, alright? Also check out my Instagram at Ultron2 for exclusive content. All links are in the description down below to all my socials. Also, guys, check out my merchandise that I have in the description. I worked hard on my stuff. I'm definitely going to be ordering some samples and stuff like that just so I can show it off and how I can see how the quality of the products came out, because I do have some new merchandise that I did create and I am definitely going to be putting out soon. So, guys, if you guys want to show more support to the channel, feel free to do so. Also, live streaming is definitely going to be coming back. I just need to obviously stay consistent and just find more ways how I could like just stream and just be myself and stuff like that, and just come up with new ideas. So that's one thing I definitely wanted to say. But the topic of the video, Donald Trump, or yeah, Donald Trump is stupid tariffs is destroying not only this country but it's also destroying our hobbies. It's very, very sad and ridiculous how people have to not buy, work 2, 3 times as harder just to be able to buy Pokemon cards, Funkos, comic books, video games, sneakers, designers, everything, bro. It's very, 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 very sad. The question that needs to be asked in the first place is, you knew what he was gonna do. Why the fuck did you vote for that? Who voted for this clown? Somebody comes up with a plan, shows their plan, even though this person's not perfect, but this person is the lesser of two evils. Knowing Donald Trump's history, his backstory, all the nefarious shit he's ever did, concept of a plan? What? But this other person comes over here with a plan. Hell, you could have just voted Democrat just to get Trump up out of there. Even if you're not a Democrat. Fuck it, man. Y'all did that with Biden. Hypocrisy, huh? And now we gotta suffer the consequences because of you idiots. Why? And then, of course, there's rumors going around saying that he rigged the election, blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk technically said that out of his mouth. Um, and Trump technically said that out of his mouth when they were speaking out loud. I've heard nothing from Elon Musk in a long time. Matter of fact, I haven't heard nothing from the vice president or Elon Musk in a very, very long time. Mind you, I don't really be watching the news like I used to. I'm honestly tired of watching the news unless it's something that has to do with making money or the weather or something going on with the weather. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because every time I turn on the news, all I see is negativity, death, destruction, hypocrisy, and just bullshit and just saintism. That's all I see. Sinners. That's all I see every time I fucking see the news, bro. Murder. Just the same bullshit. Garbage. Get it out of here. I don't want it. It's bothering me. I don't want to see any of that shit. You know? Um Another reason, and honestly, I should have made this video a while ago, but there has been more price hikes and scalping and thievery and just hypocrisy going on in the collecting community as a whole, video games, figure collecting, all that stuff. You know, I'm seeing more videos in my feed of people talking about Pokemon scalpers, thieves, this and that, and the third. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo raising their prices on their consoles. Ridiculous. They're doing it again. This is the second time, guys. But Xbox and Nintendo, they're doing it way worse than Sony, especially Microsoft. These bastards had the audacity to raise the price of an X. Basically, like, even though I mean they pretty much raised it off all the new consoles that's out now, right? Imagine spending $400+ plus tax on an Xbox Series S. Mind you, that console is $200. That's ridiculous. PS5, they want you to spend $800 on that shit. And then if you want an extra hard drive, that's gonna be another $90 or something like that. Then you want more storage, that's gonna be another $50 to $80. Then if you want games, that's gonna be $80. Like, you're gonna be spending over $1,000 on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, guys, head over to my second channel, Ultron 2 Gaming Reacts. I'm gonna be talking about more game. That's basically my gaming channel. I talk about everything gaming related on that channel, and I'm going to be, and also, I'll also be doing reactions to anything gaming related on that channel as well, and just stuff that's going on in the community. That's basically my second channel. That's basically why I have that set up for. So guys, make sure to head over there. All links will be down in the description down below, guys. So guys, make sure to check out um my links. All right. Follow me on Instagram as well, guys, at Ultron2. It's very, very crazy that these bastards think that we're gonna spend this amount of money for something that's not worth that, and then on top of that, with this economy, with the way this economy is now, a lot of people cannot afford that. And people that can afford that is not gonna spend that. Okay? PS5 Pro. How much they want y'all to spend on that? Like $700? Now with the price hikes and because of tax, $850. That $850 is gonna be $900, and with products over $500, the tax is gonna be even higher. When I bought my PS5, this version, the slim version, the disc slim version from GameStop, brand new, $499.99. Okay, with tax and everything, came up to $550. So tax is gonna be an extra $40-$50 if you're buying your stuff online. So that I'm gonna leave the whole gaming topic, like the whole entire switching to PC topic, for another video. I'll post that on my second channel, because I've already talked about that on stream. How gamers should switch to PC before it's too late. Honestly, and with them killing off exclusives, and with PlayStation games coming to PC anyway, you might as well switch to PC at this point, man. That's what everybody needs to do. But I'll say that for another video. But I have a video here by the YouTuber named Games Revealed, and I have not watched. I probably watched like a minute of this video, and he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I probably won't play the whole video, but I'm gonna play a decent amount of it, just so we can also see his perspective on this whole tariff thing. And he did post this video a while ago, but it still relates to the situation now. But before I play that video, I definitely want to play this for the video as well, so you guys can see. I definitely don't want to make this video too long, but here it is.
Will Call of Duty Black Ops 2 predict the future? The game features a US president who's a strong female leader, closely resembling Kamala Harris. Today's election featuring Harris, it's almost eerie how video games like Call of Duty and even shows or movies sometimes predict real-world events. From The Simpsons...
It's crazy how The Simpsons predicted a lot of stuff in real life, bro. That shit. It's so crazy, bro. We must really, really live in the Matrix. I don't know. And sometimes you gotta tell yourself, bro, there's no way that's a coincidence. Whoever is writing The Simpsons, they must be from the future or something. I don't know.
Foreshadowing political happenings to Black Mirror tech advancements. We'll have to wait and see who becomes the next president to see if their prediction was right. However, fiction seems to have a strange knack for seeing into the future. Will Call of Duty
We need to investigate everybody who worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Because somebody who was in that room is a time traveler, and I am sure of that. If I were to tell you 13 years ago a game developer would predict the future, you'd probably call me crazy, right?
Take off the tinfoil hat, dude. Sure, maybe it might be real or have some kind of similarities. There are people that if they say enough things and do enough things, they can predict the future. Like take The Simpsons, for instance. They are probably on the, or in the inner circle, so they probably saw this coming for Trump being president and stuff like that. This is not supposed to get political, I'm just giving you examples. But at the end of the day, it might just be a coincidence. Oh my god.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This video is triggered to play upon my assassination. Cordestier, you know how to proceed. My death will shine light upon ubiquitous darkness.
Very, very crazy, but let's play this.
Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James Brink, and we are one community. Today, I'm excited to announce that we're going to be talking about something that's a little political. I know it can be a little bit controversial, and it's not everyone's favorite topic, but trust me, maybe by the end of this, I can convince you that politics and voting and just looking towards the future a little bit might be in your best interest. Now, that being said, this stuff is complex, but this is our one thing we're going to be this. So a quick history into tariffs and in gaming tech. So let's rewind a bit. Remember back in 2019, for some of you, might be forever. For me, that's not a very long time. When we faced a similar tariff situation, Trump's trade wars with China led to proposed tariffs that nearly hiked up prices on PlayStation, Xbox, PC components. It was a tense time for gamers and tech enthusiasts. Yep. Fortunately, many tariffs were delayed, but it was a wake-up call. And I think
it's crazy how Trump thinks that every country that trades with the U.S. or just countries that has to do with this tariff thing, right? It's crazy how this guy thinks that they're just going to bow down and roll over and just allow him to just do whatever he wants. Where he whacks his finger, that's where the dogs start barking and start giving out their orders to the slaves. It's not gonna work like that, buddy. Canada was not having that shit. Same thing with Mexico. All those years ago when he tried to get the president of Mexico to pay for the wall, it's not happening, bro. This guy is a dictator, and he's not even trying to hide it. It's very crazy. Piece of trash guy. Who voted for this guy?
A lot of people might not have really, they might have thought it went through, and so maybe they're laxed about this time. They didn't go through. A lot of the tariffs, a lot of things that Trump proposed did not go through with that era of tech and all that. The industry relies heavily on Chinese manufacturing because of lower labor costs and access to rare earth materials needed processors and graphics card, meaning that if you put a tariff on those things, it's going to bump them up. And we're going to talk about in a second how it's going to affect you. Yeah. The impact on gaming companies also plays.
And I guarantee you, see, and one thing I'm noticing on social media, guys, is that you have people out there that sees all of this stuff going on. And don't get it twisted. A lot of people was talking about this. But at the same time, with the amount of people that is alive and living right now and has a social media following and not talking about this, that's a big problem. Because for obvious reasons, this affects everybody. Especially if you're US. And plus, majority of the content creators that's online right now just bullshitting, just posting content that has to do with collecting and being a hobbyist as a whole and not even talking about this is very crazy to me, bro. Like it's ridiculous how you have people out there who have platforms, a voice, and they're not utilizing it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many opportunities for you to talk about real life events, real stuff. Okay, keep it real. And these guys, for whatever reason, not talking about it. At the end of the day, people could hide in the shadows like cowards. People could act like nothing's going on. People could pretend that people could just continue to act oblivious to what's going on around them, but everything is set in motion. So when you have to spend all this extra money on groceries, gas, car note, all this other shit, rent, don't be surprised, bro. Don't be surprised at all.
World too. So how would companies like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo react to new tariffs? We know from the past that it almost maybe bumped up the price of PlayStation. But for one, they might pass these extra costs on to us, the consumers. We could see a new Xbox or PlayStation launch with a significantly higher price tag.
That's exactly what's going to happen, buddy. We already know that this is going to happen.
Which it probably wouldn't be a new launch. It would be, you're going to see PlayStation 5. Oh, cool. That's nice. It's what? Or let's say the PlayStation 5 Pro, which I know a lot of people are not happy about with that price. $700. You're going to be tacking onto that thing potentially another $200 to $300. Do you want to pay that? I don't. So let's not forget about all the other small players too. So we're, PlayStation, Xbox, they could probably even finagle some of that cost back into their side. But indie companies, indie tech companies, indie game companies, all that, they could not do that. They need almost every bit they can get typically. When it's, let's say if it's a hit success, a little bit different. But for hardware, they're already on the margins, meaning there's no way a 20% increase on their side could ever be. In fact, honestly, from my understanding, that's typically some of these companies make a 20% margin in their profit. Usually it's more than that because, 20% is not much. But some of these companies really do have razor thin, and that's really not good. So you could see a lot of just, we enjoy it, especially in the retro world. You might think, well, okay, I mean, they could still sell it. It might cost more, but what's the big deal? But some of those solutions, if these tariffs do go into effect, there are a few things you can do to save coins, of course, a few ways around this, and they're not great.
And see, the thing with that, like you said, save coins, right? Is based, I think I said this early in the video, people have to work 2-3 times as hard just to even keep up with what's going on in the world, with paying bills and all this other stuff, right? But if we're going to specifically talk about collecting and just doing our hobbies and stuff like that, because our hobbies, majority of hobbies out there cost money. You know what I'm saying? And people could try to tap dance around that statement, but it's a fact, bro. Majority of hobbies out there you have to spend money on. Especially when it comes to video games, collecting, all this other shit. You gotta spend money, man. And one thing I will say, guys, is that I personally have been slowing down on collecting. And of course, with the way everything is going on, and don't get me wrong, I'm in a better position than how I was like years ago with like being able to like spend money or just have money in general to like support my hobbies and just do what I want and stuff like that. But lately I just been slowing down collecting. Now I still buy stuff here and there, Like recently, guys, I did buy some Beyblades. You know, after 4 years of not collecting any Beyblades, because I took a 4 year break from buying the Beyblade toys, not watching Beyblade, but just buying the toys and doing videos on Beyblades. You know, and I'm surprised Beyblades and honestly, Beyblade's actually growing. It's growing bigger than how it always used to be, man. Like Beyblade's actually getting more popular day by day. You know, collecting Beyblades is no different than if you were collecting Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Nerf guns, and all these other toys and other cards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all basically the same thing at the end of the day when it comes to like collecting something of a franchise, right? Supply and demand and the community, you know, collecting, having tournaments, stuff like that. I'm surprised Beyblade is not one of those things where everybody's like going around trying to scalp. People trying to triple the price, trying to get triple their payday and profits for Beyblades. A lot of resellers and scalpers, whatever. Um, but like I said, like these are just something I bought recently, man. For off of Amazon. Good. I'm not sure if some of them I probably paid a little bit over retail price, but hey, it's whatever. You know. But I and then I bought some Labubus. Bought two Labubus, as you guys can see from Still Collectible. Shout out to them. Everybody, mom was trying to collect that stuff. You know. Moral of the story is people have to work so hard just to be able to afford this stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's financial situation is different, right? Everybody's situation is so different. You know? Um and honestly, man, I just had to slow down on collecting stuff in general. Now, like I said, I still buy stuff here and there. I recently bought like maybe 8 or 9 video games within probably like within like different times, like not all at the same time, but within maybe like 1 or 2 months, something like that, apart from each other, you know. And honestly, even with video games, man, I've been trying to find more video games to play, you know, trying to explore new games, play stuff that I've never played before, stuff like that. And I have a PS5, as you guys know, and I'm trying to like utilize the PS5 system and play as many games as possible. I want to before this generation ends of this system here, I want to play and buy as many games as possible that I like. You know, I don't want to be no completion. I don't want to be a completionist or anything like that, but that's what I have to do. And with the whole tariff thing, it's crazy how people got to spend. They're charging. I think they're charging like 600 or 650 for the regular PS5. Mind you, I spent 499.99 for my PS5 at GameStop, brand new. I have the slim disc version. With tax, everything came up to 550. So basically, if you have a product that's $500, you're gonna be spending $50 extra. Same thing if it was like $600, $700, $800, right? Everything's becoming more expensive. But Xbox have gotten so greedy, it's ridiculous. Like they actually did something worse than Sony and Nintendo, man. They actually doubled their price, probably even tripled it. You know, very very ridiculous. We all have to adapt. I feel like that's the best way to get through this whole thing is just adapt to the situation. That's just all we can do, guys. You know, and it's crazy how we have to deal with 3 more years of this bullshit. I feel something's coming. Something's definitely going to happen. It's not going to be good. And people may take this as a joke, but I highly suggest you guys watch The Simpsons. I highly suggest you guys watch The Simpsons, man, because Simpsons has predicted a lot of stuff, you know. And even if you don't watch The Simpsons, if you watch anybody that predicts stuff and their hypothesis have came true, watch them too, man. Do your research, do your homework. You know, this man has destroyed his country. I feel like his ultimate plan is to fuck everything up as much as possible and put on a smile on his face to act like he's with the American people when he's not, and just get up out of there as soon as his second term is up. I feel like that's his plan because there's no one hell you can see milk spill on the floor with your own two eyes and not clean that shit up and just act like it's not there and just walk the fuck off. That's basically the vibes I'm getting from Trump with the way he's running this country. You see milk spill on the goddamn floor and you're not cleaning this shit up. You just walk the fuck off. Act like it's not there. And the milk is still spilling on the floor. A whole pint of milk spilling. And still spilling. And we gotta wake up, bro. For those people that are still asleep, they gotta wake up before it's too late. All you content creators out there that have a voice, y'all need to speak up on this as well. If y'all see something that you guys could talk about with your fellow peers and viewers, talk about it, man. If you see something going on in the community that could be talked about, talk about it, man. No matter what it is. I feel like if we talk about our problems, something will get solved eventually. Keeping our mouth shut about items that's in our face, that's not going to help anybody. If you guys want more content, if you want me to keep it real, that's what we do at the Ultron 2 show. We keep stuff real. Alright? If you guys have any video suggestions, comment down below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Ultron 2. You guys can also message me over there if you guys want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm down to hear it out. I definitely want more engagement on the channel. That's one thing I've always wanted on my channel. It's just a community of people that I can relate to, and just engagement, man. That's all I really want. You know. Ultron 2 signing out, and as always, peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out, y'all.